I think conventional wisdom would tell you that if Texas loses to Georgia on Saturday, that's it for the Longhorns. 3 losses, don't have a chance to make the college football playoff. It just ain't going to happen for the preseason number 1 team in the country. I don't know that I believe that, though. I don't know that that's truly, legitimately the case because of what still lies ahead for the Longhorns. Would being 7-3 look really bad? Yes, because if the College Football Playoff Committee has shown us anything, it's that they don't have a lot of forgiveness for the number in the loss column. But if you look through the losses for Texas, if they were to lose to Georgia on Saturday, which I think, by the way, isn't a foregone conclusion that they just drop that game. But for the sake of this argument, let's say they lose to Georgia in a relatively close game. Let's say it is a 17-13 win for the Dogs, and Texas falls to 7-3. Their 3 losses, 2 of them are on the road against top 5 ranked teams. Yes, Texas got beaten by teams who are better than them. 2 of them. And one of them, they lost on the road in an 8-point game to Florida. That they would have then 3 losses by a combined 11 points or whatever. They lost, no, I mean, it's more than 11 points, by a combined 19 points or whatever. 2 of them against top 5 teams on the road. You would think conventionally that would kick you down the curb. But Texas still has the opportunity to have the best win of any college football playoff contender because they've got number 3 ranked Texas A&M on Friday, Black Friday, of the final week of the season. And because they have that opportunity, I think it's really difficult to write them off after this weekend should they lose to Georgia. If they beat Georgia, I think you could almost say that Texas is damn near guaranteed a spot because should they beat Georgia, that's a win against a top 5 or however you want to rank them going forward, a top 10 opponent. Coupled with they've got a win over 11th ranked Oklahoma. And is Oklahoma going to stay there depending on a potential loss to Alabama on Saturday? No. And a win against number 14 Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt needs to do their part to help the Longhorns out here a little bit. But they have the chance to have the best win in the college football playoff contending teams by playing Texas A&M and beating the Aggies on Black Friday. That alone, I think, keeps their college football playoff chances alive because should they lose as the number 10 ranked team in the country this Saturday to the team that's number 5 ranked, can you argue that they should drop all that far? I don't think so. A 2-loss Texas is already ranked above a 1-loss BYU. So the committee, it certainly appears as if, what with their rankings, believe that Notre Dame and Texas are the 2 best 2-loss teams. With that being said, wisdom would tell you that they would then be viewed as the best 3-loss team, right? And then you couple that with the fact that the lowest Texas is likely to fall in this situation is to 13 because Texas played Vanderbilt and Texas beat Vanderbilt. Logic would tell you that they're going to be ranked above Vanderbilt. So Texas still being within striking distance at 13th and having the chance to play the number 3 ranked team in the country, Texas A&M, which I think is a decent bet to be the 2nd ranked team by the time they play that game, means that Texas is not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. Make no mistake about it. Alabama, Oklahoma is an elimination game for Oklahoma. If Oklahoma doesn't win that game, they don't have the same argument that Texas does because Texas can point to, should they, and this is all hypothetical, should they beat A&M, We've got a win over Oklahoma. We've got a win over Vanderbilt. We've got a win over A&M. And that win over A&M is the best win that anybody can point to on their schedule. Oklahoma doesn't have that. Oklahoma doesn't have a comparable spot. Their best win right now is Tennessee. Tennessee 23? No, Michigan. They beat 18th ranked Michigan. 18th ranked Michigan, 23 Tennessee. They beat Auburn when Auburn was ranked. Well, Auburn ain't ranked anymore. Their coach is fired. Oklahoma doesn't have those places to point to. Our losses are the best losses, and we have the best win. I don't think that I don't subscribe to the belief that a loss is a good loss, a loss is a loss, and a win is a win. There can be good wins. I don't think there's anything such a bad win. I don't know that there's such a thing as a good loss. But I'm not on the committee. Texas can say we have the best win over A&M, and we have the best losses against Ohio State, on the road, against Georgia, on the road. Do we have a bad loss that can and should be held against us at Florida? Yes, absolutely, 100% that does exist. But the good might outweigh the bad there. Texas is not out of this thing at all. Don't write them off should they lose on Saturday to the Georgia Bulldogs. That'll do it for today's episode of the Daily Huddle. Appreciate you making us a part of your day, however it is, wherever it is you're doing so. If you are listening on the podcast feed, drop a 5-star review. Goes a long way in helping out the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you get all the great college football content we're pumping out. I'll catch you tomorrow for another episode of the Daily Huddle.